Friends, my name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we'll ship anywhere in the United States. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about our limited edition collection that we are calling the Tiki Hot Celebration. I love tropical drinks that you can find at a Tiki Hut. They inspired me to create these fabulous tea blends. This collection has 6 delicious loose leaf tea. They're good, hot or cold, and we're calling it the Tiki Hut. Now, this particular collection, friends, it has 3 black tea, 2 green tea, and 1 that's caffeine free. So if you are someone who is looking more for caffeine free, first of all, definitely check out our Summer Splash collection. It's also limited edition. They are all fruit forward. That collection has 1 black, 1 green, and 4 caffeine free. All of the tea is available individually, so you might want to mix and match, some from this, some from that. Like I said, you can buy all the tea individually, but we're also selling the tea as a bundle, which is kind of why I schedule the videos this way. I'm live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Sunday of the year, except for maybe like 2 due to travel for the business. But other than that, you can find us here. So you can always join our tea community. 3 ways to join live. I love to be able to connect with our customers. I love to answer your questions. You can join us live on our website. The website is subrosatea.com, and then you're going to go to the page called Live Video Shopping. On that page, you're going to see the schedule of tea to come. So right now when I'm recording this, you can see that next week I'm going to be talking about a collection we're calling the Ice Cream Party Bundle. Definitely tea inspired by delicious ice creams and even 2 fabulous cake recipes. So ice cream party's next. But anyway, on that page, live video shopping, you can join us live. You can watch the videos live. You can see our calendar of the schedule of what the themes we're going to be talking about every Sunday. And you can watch replays as well. The best reason to either download our mobile shopping app or to watch on the website is that the videos are interactive. So if you are watching this on the replay, such as on YouTube, you're going to see things on the screen that might not make a lot of sense. Same with Facebook. You can definitely join us live via Facebook, but it's on the replay on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But the videos aren't interactive there. So when there is something that interests you, if you're watching on the mobile shopping app or on the website, when you're actually have the product that interests you on the screen, all you have to do is tap the screen and it will tell you the price. You can read all of the ingredients of the different flavors. You can see the different sizes, so you can just tap the size. Some things we sell different colors of, such as teapots. Of course, we have different colors of those and different sizes of the tea, but also the tea bundles. Hey there, Miss Bernita. How are you? Okay, full disclosure, friends, I live in Northern Ohio. Right now, it is blazing hot. I am recording this at the beginning of July. It is so hot here. It is really blazing hot. It's typical. This is normally what we get around 90s in July, but it's also very, very humid. You're sweating the second you get out the door. I love iced tea. I know some of you are going to drink these hot. You can drink all of our loose leaf tea hot or cold. This past week, I actually got to spend a full day on an island. That might sound odd to you, but I live in Northern Ohio. So we're right on the border of Lake Erie, and there are Lake Erie Islands. I would have to say a lot of people refer to it as vacation land. So people do come from pretty far away to this area. And you better believe it, I did eat my dinner right on Lake Erie with a tiki hut right behind. I love sitting at the bar of a tiki hut. This particular tiki hut did not serve food. It only had all the fun beverages. And even though I wasn't drinking because I was the one driving, I have to say I watched the bartender make a pina colada. This one's going to knock your socks off. This tea blend, friends, I have to tell you, it is absolutely delicious. Hey there, Miss Paula. Yay for the islands, right? So much better with friends, isn't it though? always better to go to the islands with friends. And that's, I think, what we're going to do together here in the tea community. So friends, we sell 2 sizes of the Tiki Hut inspired tea collection. Like I said, 3 black tea, 2 green, 1 caffeine free, all good hot or cold. The Tiki Hut inspired tea collection is inspired by tropical, fruity, tropical island mixed cocktails. So these are all cocktails that I've had. I have kind of broken down all the fabulous ingredients and replicated them into tea. Tea has no alcohol, of course. These teas have no sugar, no carbs, no calories. Also pretty fabulous. And if you really wanted to make them into a cocktail, you definitely could. Add your own at your convenience, but not necessary, of course. Anyway, friends, these teas are available as a full bundle in 2 sizes. So we've got the try me size. This makes a ½ ounce. This is about 6 to 8 cups. And then the value size here makes about 20 to 25 servings. So if you are an iced tea drinker, if you live in a family where you know everyone's going to steal your tea, make sure you check out the value size. It's where you're going to save the most money. Okay, who's got a favorite cocktail? What's your go-to? What's your go-to? Do you like a tropical fruit cocktail? Almost always I do, right? Yeah, almost always. That's definitely my go-to, especially when it's so hot outside. I just something nice and cold and refreshing. Do you guys have a favorite? We have been in business now 13 years. And not the very, very first set of 12 tea, but the second launch of a lot of new flavors. So like about 12 years ago, we introduced a pina colada tea. Pina colada is definitely the answer that most people give to me when I ask that question. So those of you watching live, I'm kind of curious to hear, do you have a tropical, fruity, a Tiki Hut favorite? Have you been to a tropical island vacation maybe where you ordered something really different, very interesting? I know around here, a lot of our Lake Erie bars and restaurants establish their own cocktail recipes. So what I tried to do was go with things that the majority of people know across the board instead of calling it like a Lake Erie island monster. Instead of calling it like that, something like that. I was trying to be really neutral so the majority of my audience understood what I was selling. Pina colada has always been pretty popular. I will keep in mind though, friends, if you haven't been around for a while, back then, 12 years ago, our recipe was very different than the tea recipe that we have now. So right now, this is an oolong and black tea base. It does definitely still have coconut and pineapple, but this blend has really been upgraded from the original recipe. I think it is far more delicious. So great as an iced tea. The black teas and the green teas in particular, if you want iced tea to be your end result, definitely steep it right in cold water. Look at how delicious this tea blend is. Again, friends, we sell loose leaf tea here. So that means the tea, we are selling it by weight, and you get to measure out how much you want. So if you want your tea to be stronger or weaker versus like a tea bag, I think most people know, or they can kind of guess what's inside a tea bag. Here at Sub Rosa Tea, you're going to see big tea leaves. You're going to see big pieces of fruits and spices and herbs and flowers that we use versus all the leftover pieces parts that get crammed into a tea bag. So it's loose leaf tea here, so you get to decide. I think pina colada used to be my favorite. Basically, when I just didn't know better, when I didn't know of all the different options. I think I probably started out like in a kiddie cocktail lane with a pina colada because, of course, as a child, I definitely loved pineapple and coconut together. So that makes sense. So as an adult, I kind of just, launched into trying that first. My favorite thing to do now, though, is to make a pina colada protein shake into ice cream. That's currently my favorite gig. I absolutely love how cold I can get ice cream to be with all the great flavors and more protein. It's my current jam. Okay, friends, pina colada. That one's up first. Next up, I want to show you Next up, another fan favorite. We had this one last year, so we're bringing it back. This is our Blue Hawaii. People definitely ask for this by name. So again, friends, just one more time, this particular collection has more caffeine than some of our other collections, specifically our Summer Splash. That was introduced in June. That's a really fruit-forward collection. This collection, all of these teas have really drilled down into the cocktails. They have multi-layers, multi-ingredients, really amazing depth of flavor. So the Blue Hawaii is a black tea that has pineapple. It's typically what a Blue Hawaii is. It's a pineapple flavor. If you want a straight pineapple taste without all the other ingredients, definitely try our Maui pineapple. You can find that in our Summer Splash collection. But this Blue Hawaii is delicious. Great depth of flavor, just like the cocktail. Can you see those big, beautiful flowers in there? It's called butterfly pea flower. That's going to turn your drink blue naturally. Now, when they make you a Blue Hawaii in a bar, in a tiki hut, what they're going to do is use an alcohol. That is what gives it its color. So I know a lot of people think of you, oh, pineapple, it should be maybe a yellow drink. This one's going to be blue, but that's the way the cocktail is. And this has a lot of different ingredients in it that gives it that depth of flavor. This is also a black tea. Like I said, the Maui pineapple that I just mentioned is caffeine free. So lots of good ones. So the pineapple, I've also used cran raisins. So that gives it good depth of flavor. There's orange in here in addition to the pineapple, which is really typically what you're going to see a bartender do at a tiki hut when they're making you a cocktail. They're grabbing at least let's say 6 different bottles to make you a fabulously tall mixed drink. Next up, friends, in this Tiki Hut collection is our Rum Runner. Who knows what a Rum Runner is? Very, very popular. The Rum Runner. So this again is a black tea. Rum Runners are always very banana forward. Some rum runners you're going to see have a little bit of coconut. This one does. And it always has some element of sweetness to it. So instead of a syrup, we're not going to do that here. This is tea. So again, no sugar, no carbs, no calories. This rum runner, what I've done is I've used caramel. So this has got that caramel in it, and it also has grenadine. So if you're not familiar with that, it's something that they're going to use in a cocktail bar setting. And grenadine changes its flavor based on where it is produced and how it's being used. So grenadine isn't something just that it's always the same. It varies differently for different applications. So in this particular application, what I have done is I've used black currant. So it's a very specific taste that goes really fabulously with the banana and caramel. So you've got that sweetness, you've got that great depth of flavor. Sometimes you're going to see grenadine morph into other flavors, and I'm actually going to do that with a whole nother one. So Rum Runner, very tropical, very banana forward. Totally delicious. Next up is our Tequila Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise. Have you had one of these? Tequila Sunrise. Let me show you this. This is a blend of green and white teas. White teas are very high in antioxidants, very low in caffeine. A Tequila Sunrise is a Tiki Hut staple, and it's actually named after the way the drink looks. It actually looks like an inverted sunrise, hence the tequila. Super fun in the cocktail world. So when you think about that sunrise, it's going to have those beautiful reds and oranges and yellows. And that's how the bartender layers the drink in a very tall glass. So here we have great flavor notes for you. Very tropical with orange and peach. Here I've mimicked the grenadine with some pomegranate. So it just makes a really great, fun mix. It's a delicious cup of tea. It's not like anything else that we sell, which I'm always really proud of when it's something like that. A tequila sunrise is a drink that most people associate with the morning. It's something that you would drink after a long night from the tiki hut to the beach, maybe some dancing in the moonlight, and you wake up in the morning and the first thing you're going to want to do is grab you some orange juice. But you got to have that splash of tequila inside with some grenadine. So that is the story of the tequila sunrise and the inspiration for this delicious tea. Next up, friends, we have got a new flavor. This is new this year. This is our Mandarin Mint Mojito. Mandarin Mint Mojito. This is a green tea, making it very low in caffeine but high in antioxidants. We've had mojitos in the past and they were almost like the opposite of this. This is Mandarin orange, of course, and this has spearmint. So think about a nice, light, refreshing orange taste bumped up with just a little bit of mint in the background. Mojitos are technically a drink where you're taking the large mint leaves and you're muddling them. So you're putting them into the bottom of your glass and you're using your pestle from your mortar and pestle and you're really grinding out the leaves into the bottom of your glass, which releases the essential oils. So you get mint throughout the entire drink instead of, like, let's say you're not eating the mint leaves. It's not like a salad. Do you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want chopped up mint into your drink, but you definitely want all that great flavor and essence. That's what the spearmint does here with the orange. It just lifts it up. It is nice and bright. When you think about how hot it is outside, a mojito is so perfectly refreshing. So again, friends, this is a green tea. Definitely recommended to steep in cold water if you want iced tea to be your end result. It's going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes in the fridge, but you can definitely leave it longer. 2 hours, overnight, a couple of days, you're going to be just fine with your new best friend, the mojito. This, friends, is one of our most popular teas. We introduced this last year. And boy, it's been so popular. I love it. Friends, this is our Mai Tai Chai. Mai Tai Chai. It's caffeine free. This is the only caffeine free tea in the Tiki Hut themed bundle. Let me show you what it looks like. This is a rooibos base. You see all those beautiful things in there? Definitely a Mai Tai. So the fruit that comes forward the most, I just smelled it when I was holding it up there, is grapefruit. So I know this has a lot of ingredients. It is definitely grapefruit forward with some lemongrass in the background. If you could see, it's got big pieces of cinnamon stick, but it's going to steep up very differently than when I use ground ginger. So this is an extremely light chai, almost on the verge of not being chai at all. So very light, just the way summer should be, right? I think of the fall and I think winter and I think big, heavy, bold spices in my drinks. In the summertime, that is not what my palate is looking for. I want something nice, bright, citrusy. This is absolutely perfect. So it does have some coconut in it. It's got some pineapple, really just tropical, fruit forward, but light in a way. This is not a chai that I personally would make into a latte. Not a traditional latte though, but I could definitely see it being the perfect accompaniment to a very light coconut, more like a coconut water would be perfect with this versus like a heavy coconut cream or coconut milk, nothing like that. Something much lighter would be a perfect addition to that. This also makes really fun ice cubes. You can steep up your tea, pour it into ice cubes, and then use your flavored ice cubes right in your glass of water or in another cup of tea. So really fun for this time of year. I was just talking to a friend. I was thinking every single year I always make myself some matcha ice cream, and I just plain old haven't done it yet this year. So I'm definitely going to do that tomorrow. No matcha in this particular bundle here, but we do sell matcha. Right now we have plain matcha. We also have raspberry and peach. So if you love being in the kitchen, if you've got an ice cream maker, I will post my recipe for it. Matcha ice cream is delicious, very refreshing, and again, perfect for this time of year. You can steep up some tea and add it to any one, like the tequila sunrise would be perfect with either the peach or the raspberry matcha in as a beverage, or of course if you're going to make a nice cold dessert for this time of year. Again, friends, I want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Everything I talked about today is available, but only for a limited time, on our website at subrosatea.com, and you will find it on the page called Limited Edition on our top shelf. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope I'll see you next week. Friends, no matter what you do with the rest of your day, I hope you have yourself a cup of tea. And take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.